Thank you, Senator Schumer. Thank you to Senator Murray and Senator Smith for your leadership. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. This is the anniversary of the Roe v. Wade decision in the Supreme Court. I remember when that decision came out, and I remember what it was like before that decision for women who were facing unexpected and unplanned for pregnancies. This used to be a day to celebrate that decision, the hard-won victory of generations of women who finally had the right to determine our own futures for our bodies. But since the Dobbs decision in 2022, this day now shows how far we've gone in the wrong direction. And we're here because we share the concerns about what's happened in this country since Roe was overturned, the fears that have become reality for millions of women. And I hear from people in New Hampshire, we hear from women across the country. And it's especially frustrating that our Republican colleagues, not all of them, we have some who believe that women should make their own decisions, but for those who have sponsored the Langford bill that Senator Murray referred to, it's particularly frustrating that this is being done on the first week that this new administration has taken office. Because once again, we're seeing, as my colleagues have said, that they're taking aim at women's reproductive health care. Instead of focusing on what the American people want, which is to find ways for us to work together to lower costs, to make health care more accessible, to address the reproductive health of women, what this legislation would do is to put women's lives in danger. And while all Americans struggle to make ends meet, struggle to afford the basic health care that they and their families need, this is what we're being given by the new administration. I can tell you all, there is no one who was elected to come to the United States Congress, to the United States Senate, because we wanted to make it harder for people to access basic health care. No voters in this country said, go to Washington, make it hard for people to get health care. Make it hard for them to afford it. Make it harder for women to access the health care that they need. No elected official here in Washington or in any state capital, in any court in this country, should be in charge of making the most personal and difficult decisions that women and their families and their doctors should be making. You know, we should be here voting on legislation to make health care more affordable, to make women's access to care better when women are dying across this country because of the Dobbs decision. And yet, here we are talking about making it harder for families in the most difficult times. I hope that our Republican colleagues are going to come to the table and work with us to drop this extreme agenda and to work on what the American people want, which is more affordable access to health care, the ability for women to make our own decisions about our bodies and our futures, for us to have opportunities in this country. That's what it would mean for the real golden age of America.